Yeah. And fuck your cosign, cause I don't want it neither. And use a fucking hater and need some alligators. Lightsaber, Darth Vader, black like Jack Taylor, the Oxford's gator. I ran into a glacier. And fuck your cosign, cause I don't want it neither. And use a fucking hater and need some alligators. Lightsaber, Darth Vader, black like Jack Taylor, the Oxford's gator. You ran into a glacier. Fuck your cosign.
Fuck your cosign. Hey.
In effect, point these burners at their neck. Won't hang me from these trees no more.
Take the disrespect.
Gear, pick me, let's bring it back. I'm talking
Draft Miller genuine ninja, like Vega with no mask.
Street fighter salute, if you think of getting gas, Auschwitz, concentration savage, school is now in class. Come take a seat up in this grass, put some leaf inside your bag, get Khalifa like to drag, sip some reefer, stick the plans, mark the spots and make demands. Dog food is out the can, black lives, yes we can. Just see Jack a Farrakhan, load up and reload, extra cartridge, greet the fam, hit the yak, stack the grams, transform 100 mans, 300 type cypher, see my circle,
It's the yams.
what's the point?
If your POV ain't to get the cash.
Watching lanes make good music, I'm like, what pushes that? Push the 40 and that nigga T-shot Kevin's booster tap.
And fuck your cosign, cause I don't want it neither. And use a fucking hater and need some alligators. Lightsaber, Darth Vader, black like Jack
Taylor, the Oxford's gator, ran into a glacier. Yeah. That was me and the boy Ether. Fuck your cosign, you know. Sad facts is that that track was done with a person I say I built with, tried to build with, then it ended up turning into competition, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't build no more. They started competing against me, bringing in a squad, a family, putting them down on my tracks and with my label. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about that on this episode. You know, this is about the 28th, 2 8 equals 10, 2 plus 8. In today's mathematics, you know, we got 2 meaning wisdom, 8 meaning build and destroy, R being born, 10, which is knowledge in the cipher. So I could build on that and say it's the wisdom that'll help me build and destroy, which will help me add knowledge to the cipher. So in hindsight, you know, 2 represents B, represents wisdom, wise ways and actions. 8 represents build and destroy on establishment. It's also the 8th letter, which is him or her. 10. When we get down to 10, we got the letter J. But we also got 1 in knowledge, 0 in cipher, and J represents just I see quality. So a wise individual can become that much more wiser when they build or destroy. When they build on the positive and destroy on the negative with their wisdom. This is how you bring knowledge to the cipher. It could be your cipher, to the circle of your environment. You know, when you're doing things in a wise way, we also can break down some of the lessons in the 5% nation that people don't know all about. You know, you gotta come into contact with somebody that's can connect to that branch and trace their lineage back to that tree. Somebody that's living in the right and exact, and then they can show you some things. I had my brother from the South hit me like, man, I guess he been checking out ArsNova, and he like, oh man, you gotta put me down with this original man stuff. I want to know. So for some of those that want to know, you know, you gotta fast, you gotta learn the alphabet, you gotta learn mathematics, you know, by memory. You know, it's all about retention, brain retention, and memory retention. But there's some of those lessons and degrees that come with it outside of the supreme mathematics and alphabet. it's some courses, you know what I mean, that's been handed down. So, you know, you got to take the rites of passage. In today's, I'm going through probably, I'm gonna touch on a few of them. Y'all probably don't know everything I'm talking about, but you're still dealing with the number 2, 8 equals 10, 1, 0. That's 2, 8, 1, 10. So in the 1 through 36, and if you come into contact with, you will know what I'm talking about. But in the 1 to 36 degree, we did a call and response. And in that call and response in 27, they asked the question like, do you mean to say that the devil fooled the original black people 379 years ago? And the response is yes. The trader made an interpretation that they received gold for their labor more than they were earning in their own country. So this goes back to playing 379 years ago. If you thinking about the original people coming over from the motherland and getting caught into what they call the slave trade, a slave trader had promised a lot of those original people living over there in the motherland and over here, man, not just over there, but over here, they promised them that they could get gold for their labor, you know, and that's how a lot of them got tricked into the slave trade, period. And that still goes on today, like with the industry or with sex trafficking or, you know, on the internet. You know, people promise you everything that glitter ain't gold, baby. So we gotta remember that, you know, what's going on back then. Some of the same tactics they still using today. And the actual facts I busted down because the actual facts is 1 through 20. I didn't get a 28. So in that situation, I did 2, 8, and 10. And the second actual fact is the circumference of the planet Earth, which is 24,896 miles. The circumference of it. For those that don't know circumference, that's dealing with the overall circle, the overall round. It's around it, of it, and it's 24,896 miles. Why are all these facts important? I believe it's just as important as when I first got into it. One thing that caught me in awe was how slow not just me but others are at the alphabet. You know, we know math kind of easy, but when it comes to the alphabet, when you want to add numerical value to it, it ain't so easy for people to know that. Okay, the 18th letter is R. Just off top, me, I only know it because of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Rakim came out with an album by the name of that about 98, 97, and I did everything in my will to get it because I love the lead single for it, the 18th letter R. But keep on going. Of course, we know A is 1, Z is 26, but can you bust that all down? So it's like how we in elementary, we use this language all day, every day. It's real important to us, but when you ask somebody what number is H, they don't know right away. They gotta go back to elementary and learn that. So we supposed to be learning some of those things at the foundation anyway. We gotta teach our seeds the same way. Number 8 is that the Indian Ocean covers 29,430. Excuse me, 29,430,000 square miles. That's how much of the planet Earth is covered by just the Indian Ocean. The claim is that 75%, 7% of Earth mass is water, just like the body. But that's a huge number of square miles. Number 10 is that the hills and mountains cover 14 million square miles. So all the hills and mountains on planet Earth, it's about 14 million square miles worth of mountains and hills, man. And yeah, we're living in a way smaller capacity. The capacities, the square mileage that we actually occupy and live on and use is small compared to, you know, the ocean and the oceans and the mountains and hills. Uh, Another thing to cover in 1 through 10, which is a basic fundamental start. You know, when I came into it, I had to learn Supreme Alphabet, I had to learn Supreme Mathematics, and I had to memorize the student enrollment, man, 1 through 10. You know, and the first question, one of the most important things, and as a 5%er, is like, who is the original man? That's question number 1. And the answer, of course, original man is the Asiatic black man. You know, pretty much planet Earth is us. But being we're dealing with 2s and 8s today. Number 2 and the 1 through 10 is what we colored men. And for those that excuse me for being stuck like that, but contrary to popular belief, the colored man is not the black man. The colored man is the Caucasian white man, y'all, or Yakub's grafted devil, you know, the skunk of the planet Earth. That's science. Number 2 in the student enrollment, who's the colored man, it's the white man. Number 8 is how much of the useful land is used by the colored man. Now, number 7 speaks about the original man, us, and how much useful land we use. Number 8 in that lesson is how much of the useful land is used by the colored man. And the answer is the colored man uses 6 million square miles of the planet Earth to feed, house his own. Only 6 million. Most of them territories is in North America and Europe, you know. Most of it, contrary to popular belief, you know, the original man occupying the rest. And so in the lost found 1 through 14, number 2 there is why did Musa, which is Moses, have a hard time civilizing the devil 2,000 years before Christ? This is real answer. Like, why did original man Musa, have a hard time civilizing the devil? The answer was because he was a savage. You know what I'm saying? Savage means a person that has lost the knowledge of himself and who is living a beast life. Musa was a half original man and a prophet. 2000 BC means before Christ. In the Asiatic world, it was in the 11,000 hour. So y'all gotta know the Asiatic calendar is different. The Asiatic world is different than when you start getting Rome involved and all that stuff, and the colored man involved. It changes. But civilized means to teach the knowledge and wisdom of the human family of the planet Earth. And so he had a hard time civilizing the devil because the devil was savage. It's lost savage. It ain't no difference today. The 85 version. Number 8 is why does the devil keep our people apart from his social equality? That's number 8 in the 1 through 14, man. And the answer is because he does not want us to know how filthy he is in all his affairs. He is afraid because when we learn about him, we will run him from among us. Socialist means to advocate a society of men or group of men for one common cause. Equality means to be equal in everything. So the devil don't want us to have a part of his equality because, like I say, we gonna see how he govern himself, how nasty he really get down and get things done. You know, the society should be a society that advocates for all men, because a man is a man regardless of color, and equality means equal in everything. So they want to give us equality on not just bubblers, schools and stuff like that. It's banking, you know what I'm saying, financial freedom, the right to set up our own laws, and right to build our own communities, and tap into government wealth for that. So this, once again, this was back then. These lessons come from a time before us, a time before the common era today, and stuff still apply. It's not really a big change in what goes on. You know, I think so many of us have a chance and an opportunity to get this thing right while we're here on Earth. I mean, you might have to come back and try it again, but just the fact you got a chance to be woke is a good start, because then now you know what you're up against. We never know what we up against, man. So, you know, we be fighting pointless fights a lot of times. Or sometimes we fighting fights we don't even need to be fighting. But to be woke, to be tapped in like minds, to have a life fulfilled, to build with like minds to the end of your days is something worth fighting for. To me, we don't have to be subjected. It's just mediocrity. 85% thinking, dumb, deaf, and blind. people that want to give up on the community, give up on each other. We leaving the seeds behind. We misteaching, misappropriating funds, doing a whole lot. And it can change, but you need the right minds. You need to want to wake up and just seek, and thou shalt find. 5%ers is very, very, very good for those seeking a place of shelter for the black self, the original self, to preserve thyself and to raise it to the elevation of where it needs to be. Because I feel like it's one of the only places, if you're not just that much of a autodidact and a self-starter, that you need to be somewhere where some people need to point you in the right direction. It's for the women and the males, man. Gods and earths, man. 5%ers and what's there and what's teaching is meat for the brain, and it'll venture you off somewhere else, man. This shit ain't religious. Religion stands for relying on the jinn. You know what a jinn is? Yeah, look it up. It's an evil spirit. Come latch on to other spirits that ain't holding on to nothing. So, y'all celebrating and engaging in the holy days. I just want you to know I'm here to educate. A lot of that shit is lies and fabricates. You know what I mean? And they fabricate. The real New Year, you should be thinking about somewhere, man, around March or April, somewhere when it's a new season coming in, man. Light your sage and meditate on that back then. You don't get, New Year's in the dead of winter, man. They got us, practicing a diabolical religion that make us look back and look forward at the same time. And if you look there in the scripture, man, the Lord gave strict instructions to his prophet when he told him to leave. He had to leave that place and don't look back. His wife turned into a pillar of salt. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, January is related to some mythology that's got a two-faced Janus, the Janus, the etymology of January, related to some deep-ass mythology that's twisted. We celebrating this shit because they threw this shit on our horoscope and on our timeline. You dig? You dig? So, your boy Echo, just here to keep dropping them gems, man. Anybody out there, y'all dealing with relationship issues, man, just gotta climb behind it, if you know what I mean. Climb behind it. Get behind it and just look at it. Peep it out. See what direction is it going? What direction should it be going? What are we doing for each other out here? Are we really loving on each other? Or are we just selfishly trying to hold on and keep something? Keep something for ourselves that we can just, I guess, treat it like it's a little dog, one of them little Yorkies or something. Hey, come on me, come on here. A little more than a dog, because, people expecting people to pay their bills, pay their rent, and pay for their lifestyle instead of blending together. I know it's hard to fall into the right type of leadership because it's hard to trust out here. Can't trust everybody. But, we got to think about those that we have trusted and gave a chance to trust. Where and when did they put our life in danger? Did they protect it? Or did they try to help preserve it? Was they keeping you in mind all the time in a good way to protect you for the good reasons? Or was they just trying to protect their own image? You did. I'm here, man. I'm here to stay for the remainder, man. Don't shy from nothing that you is out there. Nobody, man. Stop going into these times and these holy times and saying, oh, yeah, I'm finna do this now. I'm finna do this now, man. You been doing this shit, man. Stay on this shit every day. Your life is holy. You know what I mean? So every day count. Every day matter, man, because you never know when it won't no more. But it should always, it will, even in death, it'll shine and breathe on some type of light or breath somewhere out in the atmosphere. You feel me? So, yeah. Let that be that. And if you want to support Jack, you always can jump in DM. We can say hello, man. I'm really trying to motivate all people, man, to just speak up, speak your mind, man. Stop holding that shit in. Ain't nothing good gonna come to you, man, if you don't go get it. Like, you really gotta knock on that door to see what happened. Like, and me, I ain't never got that problem, man. I've been flying kites out since forever, man. When I was a shorty, man, I sent the spill out to No Limit Records in Richmond, California, Master P. And I had to be like 15, 16, trying to catch me a deal. That's it. Like that's all you can do. You know, you never know who you can reach, you know, you can't. But each one teach one as far as it comes to this poor righteous teacher shit. You know what I mean? I'm putting this shit on the internet for the free ski, but it ain't really like it's for the free ski. Cause I will try to monetize, but I know it's a lot of people hate with lying eyes. And they ain't gonna, ain't gonna share. They ain't gonna like, ain't even gonna comment. You know, they might say something, but I just hope that whatever you building and getting off of it, that it's helping you. You know, they ain't bringing you down. You ain't seeing me and getting mad. You ain't seeing me and feeling like life is fucked up. That's all. I'm here to add motivation, inspiration, all the shit I've been through. You feel me? It's still looking good, man. I know got some people out there like, hell, man, he think he this, he think he that. Yeah, Jack, you made me that. You know what I'm saying? But we was that before we met. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods, because I'm more than one thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm one king. Milwaukee, Talkie, you know what I'm saying? Just a city of a lot, man. So it's on me. You know, those that's from afar watching, they want to sit there and put a label or put a person in the box, man. You can't do that, man. You know, I'm judging myself, and we will be carried by six and lifted to one, man. So this is 16 shit that I be kicking naturally. You can't help it, man. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get your some out of the commandments, man. You know, you got the 16, you know, the 10, 16 commandments, man. And so I guess the one I'm gonna go for is don't never be in love with your stable. Be in love with what she bring to the table. That might be number 8 on the top 10, 16 commandments. And they all getting followed from here on out. I don't give a damn about no year, even though it's 2026, which going on wisdom. Wisdom, equality equals bill. You know, that's 2 and 2 plus 6 equals 8. You know, so after today, man, you gotta accept the losing just like you gotta accept the choosing, man. That's number 10 on the 10, 16 commandments. Only reason why I'm saying 16 is because we ain't gonna go there. Because it's some hating ass motherfuckers who be trying to go there. And I don't know why. What the fuck is they on? If they trying to solicit something, if they trying to entrap you into something, man, get off of that, man. Just keep it 16. You can be whatever you want. You know what I mean? I'd rather say Mr. Psychologist, you know what I'm saying? Dr. G. Yeah. When I got that title, then what they gonna say? They see me with a bad bitch, then what they gonna say, man? They gonna put the P word on her. You know which one that is. Got the R coming after it. But she's still a pro, even though she's just a 304. Damn, she fine. But baby girl will always be mine. Man. Your boy Echo, man, finna give y'all some music before I get up out of here. Yeah, y'all a little light episode. Fresh off the holidays, man, because people that came through. One of my family members was like, oh, man, is that new? I didn't know I was following you, man. Fam, been following me for years, fam, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely was saying, you know, he was like, that's some new shit you got? I was like, nah, man, I'm sitting on the catalog, bro. Thousands of songs, man. But I'm glad you liking shit that's old as hell. That was like the first song I dropped when I got out of Belly of the Beast in 2016. First thing I dropped was that double entendre, you know what I mean? Had to let them know, man, from PA to Wisconsin, because I found myself, not just self. I didn't have that forever. You know, I felt like Joseph in the Bible, you know. His brothers gave him over to Pharaoh and them, man. He came up like that. Ironic thing, man. One of my main mans in there named Pharaoh, man. Killed this broad back in the 80s, man. Rich nigga out here in Milwaukee having money, man. Been hanging with Bucks players. So much cocksucking dope money. Man, his female cheated on him with his guy, man. Left her dead in the closet, man. Been in prison since, man. It's my nigga Pharaoh, man. Shouting him out the songs, man. But I got some shit I guess I made on this AI shit. I'm gonna play this shit for y'all, man. It's called Nile River Tablets, man. This ain't even my voice. This ain't even my voice. I love this song, though. See what you get on the speaker. Black guys killing each other. These my lyrics. I wrote it. They put a different voice on it.
Devil was abolished, he was heaven sent. Contemplations on a vacant throne. My coronation's on the canvas. These art decos reappear, they from Atlantis. 7 flags planted. God minds not thinking grass. I'm higher than the cannabis smoke. This plane don't crash. Geometry with the trigger, then it's black on black. Light versus light. These eons of bombs on sight. It's a war in the Middle East. Found out Christ still living in Jerusalem, rocking 42 mics. Yeah. Why the black gods killing each other? Even kings killing sisters and brothers. Black abandonment. When the devil was abolished, he was heaven sent. Contemplations on a vacant throne. My coronation's on a canvas. These art decos reappear, they from Atlantis. 7 flags planted. God minds not thinking grass. I'm higher than the cannabis smoke. This plane don't crash. Geometry with the trigger, then it's black on black. Light versus light. These eons of bombs on sight. It's a war in the Middle East. Found out Christ still living in Jerusalem, rocking 42 mics. Yeah.